Hello everyone, welcome to iTech Guide KC. My name is Fahim. I know it's been a while, 2 years in fact, but I'm back at you with another video. Today I am building my first ever gaming PC. Before I even begin to build the PC, I just want to go over some of the parts that I've bought. In total, I've spent about maybe $1,000 or so let's go ahead and take a look at the parts. The first thing I bought, and this is in no particular order, but I do have a 2 terabyte SSD drive made by Team Group. The second thing I have is a PowerX Gaming Terrain RBG. These are my RAM sticks. These are 2 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, equals out to 32 gigabytes of RAM. For the processor, I have went with a Ryzen, AMD Ryzen 7 500 series processor. This is the 5000 series processor. This is the G series, I believe. This was the best the best CPU that was compatible with the motherboard I bought. More on that later. As you can see, it's a Zen 3 architecture, AMD socket, AM4. And speaking of motherboards, as you can see here, I went with the ASRock 5450M AC R2.0. As you can see here, AMD Ryzen 5000 desktop ready, which is the reason why I bought that CPU. This motherboard, I'm told, it is a good entry level to gaming and PC building, so we're going to check that out more later. And I have also decided to go with an HP SSD X900 Plus M2 flash drive. This is 512 gigabytes. And finally, to top off the storage, I have 2 4 gigabyte Western Digital standard hard drives. These are, I believe, 5.25 inch. These will go in the hard drive bays. The power supply. I went with a Dagger 850 watt. This does fit in a MicroATX case, so we're going to do a lot of good PC gaming with this. The graphics card I decided to go with is a 51 RISC RISC. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This was a fairly inexpensive hard drive, which you probably won't be able to see through this package, but we'll get more to this later. Fairly expensive hard drive, however, based upon the reviews, I'm told that it does play the most recent PC games at a very decent quality. To keep the components cool, I have 2 Fractal Silent Series R3 fans. These are non-RGB, so there's no fancy lights, no LED lights or anything like that. I believe these are standard white blades. And I'm kind of giving a spoiler alert. I also have a DVD writer, which means, yes, the case that I did buy, it does have a a bay drive. So it actually has 2 bay drives, one of which I am going to use for a DVD writer, just so I can watch DVDs. And finally, with the case, I went with a Focus G Mini made by Fractal Design. I intend to use my motherboard is an MicroATX motherboard, so I went with a mid-size towered case, and I'll get more on this later.